Tartışma, münakaşa, argüman.
Argument. They had a heated argument about the project details.
Proje detayları hakkında hararetli bir tartışma yaşadılar.
The argument with his friend ended quickly.
Arkadaşıyla tartışması çabucak sona erdi.
She won the argument with strong evidence.
Tartışmayı güçlü kanıtlarla kazandı.
Last night, he had a 3-hour argument with a man he murdered in Nam.
We were in a fight, like...
I didn't support your argument.
You know, we were just having a little bit of an argument actually about this patch.
I got no argument with him, so not in the face or the chest.
No, storming out in the middle of an argument, so childish.
Let me guess, the sick gram argument didn't fly.
Just ahead of him, two men got into an argument.
See, we'd be enjoying this argument more if we had something to look forward to.
What if your argument falls on deaf ears?
I want you to stand up and make an argument.
Azaltmak, kısmak.
Cut down on. I need to cut down on sugar to stay healthy.
Sağlıklı kalmak için şekeri azaltmam gerekiyor.
She decided to cut down on her expenses this month.
Bu ay masraflarını kısmaya karar verdi.
We should cut down on waste to help the environment.
Çevreye yardımcı olmak için israfı kısmalıyız.
And this is the artificial intelligence designed to cut down on fraud and unpaid charges.
And if we didn't get the new car, and we cut down on the little things, you know, the things we don't really need.
But...
I should probably cut down on the caffeine anyway.
You cut down on greasy foods and chocolate, you know, things like that.
And cut down on liquids as much as you can.
Yes, you know, it's cut down on one shoulder and the coat feathers shoot off one hip like a tail of a comet.
Perhaps if you cut down on the Valium and the sleeping pills, you'd have more energy.
200 rounds a minute, and the new cartridges cut down on jamming.
Boşluk, ara.
Gap. I found a gap in the fence.
Çitte bir boşluk buldum.
There is a gap between the two buildings.
İki bina arasında bir boşluk var.
Mind the gap while boarding the train.
Trene binerken boşluğa dikkat edin.
Do you have any bigger clothes or do you only shop at Baby Gap?
I came back to life after a long black gap.
My mom got this Gap outfit she wants me to wear, but I want to wear a jersey that my brother Jake got me from the Eagles.
I shall leave a gap in the conversation for you to remedy that.
It'll be tough explaining the employment gap on my resume, but anyway.
Manchester originally, but I moved down here on my gap year.
I wanted to explain the 2-year gap in my employment history.
And will he go for that gap when no one else will?
You protected Sid from that gap, man.
Niyet, amaç, kasıt.
Intent. My intent is to learn English every day.
Amacım her gün İngilizce öğrenmek.
She has no intent to hurt anyone's feelings.
Kimsenin duygularını incitmek gibi bir niyeti yok.
His intent is clear. He wants to help.
Niyeti belli. Yardım etmek istiyor.
No passion or rapture or any of these mighty things you're so intent on imparting.
I mean, the rumor is that they've got 9 players that have already signed Division I letters of intent.
So many things seem filled with the intent to be lost, that their loss is no disaster.
Committing a heinous crime with selfish intent.
The intent of her composition is vague.
We seek to save it, to hand it over to a Dormammu who is the intent of all evolution.
You seem so intent on making France your new home.
I want to know whether your intent is just purely to commit suicide here.
Vurmak, grev çarpmak.
Strike. The workers decided to strike for better pay.
İşçiler daha iyi maaş için greve gitmeye karar verdi.
He used a hammer to strike the nail.
Çiviyi çakmak için çekiç kullandı.
The clock will strike 12 at midnight.
Saat gece yarısında 12'yi vuracak.
He held his head high and waited for the next lightning strike.
A grand jury is being convened to look into your labor practice as far back as the electrical workers' strike.
Police and armed forces are mobilizing to find Lensher before he can strike again.
The only time I tried writing the underground was during the general strike.
General Solo, is your strike team assembled?
Well, if you strike out in the next hour, come find me at the castle.
The Pentagon has tasked us with assembling a strike team and taking it out before it becomes fully operational.
Easily dispersed if we strike the shepherd.
Tetiklemek, neden olmak.
Trigger. Loud noises can trigger anxiety in some people.
Yüksek sesler bazı insanlarda kaygıyı tetikleyebilir.
Bright lights might trigger headaches for some individuals.
Parlak ışıklar bazı kişilerde baş ağrısını tetikleyebilir.
Certain smells can trigger memories from the past.
Bazı kokular geçmişten anıları tetikleyebilir.
How do we get enough firepower through the perimeter to trigger the lockdown procedure?
I look at the saddle, red rhinestones, trigger.
And if you want to survive it, you better learn to pull the trigger.
A genetic guidance system that can lock onto a mark a half a mile away and won't trigger.
Now you just squeeze that trigger and it's just like praying.
He had to pull the trigger himself to make sure he got his man.
Pull the trigger, consume yourself in a lifetime of guilt.
But when the time came, I could pull the trigger.
Any bloody fool can pull a trigger.
10 o'clock tonight, you trigger a power failure.
Yorgun, bitkin, bezgin.
Weary. After a long day, I felt very weary.
Uzun bir günün ardından kendimi çok bitkin hissettim.
The weary traveler needed a place to rest.
Bitkin yolcu dinlenecek bir yer arıyordu.
She looked weary after the long meeting.
Uzun toplantıdan sonra bitkin görünüyordu.
Master gives you a weary walk, there's nothing to be concerned about at all.
Imagine God is weary of being called down on both sides of an argument.
And struggle on my weary way to find peace.
But some men can maintain cragginess and weary masculinity.
You know, if I was wrong about Cotton Weary, then the killer's still out there.
So shines a good deed in a weary world.
Come and suffer, you are weary.
We are locking our hearts to the cries of the weary.
Even the most disciplined mind can become weary.
They've had a long, weary walk today.
Hey, if this was helpful, hit like and subscribe. Let's keep learning together.